And a nice format for equalising or trying to provide participatory platforms are circles for sure, and doing meetings in circles. I mean, it's an important part of family good conference work, of course. And I remember a particular circle actually years ago that I organised and was doing a family good conference. It was a young family, a young pregnant mother and her family, and we were sat in a circle, and we started the meeting by chatting about when the baby was due. And the grandmother, I remember, of this family spoke about how her children were born in the house, and you could tell this was a sort of well-known family story. And each family member went round the circle talking about the stories, what they knew about their own birth, and some knew more than others, and they talked about their star signs, and each story flowed naturally around the circle, and it was a nice way, felt like it was a way of sitting together, and can be a helpful way to structure a conversation, and circles kind of open things up and open people up in a nice way, and sometimes and through family good conferences and circles, I sort of started to become aware in my practice of those sort of intangible things like atmospheres and soundscapes, even sort of lighting, or could I say, you might even say coziness, kindness, and food, other aspects of the work that work through the body rather than just through the mind, and which can foster really positive effects in co-design work. And I'll put a link in the notes to these films, which are people talking in circles, and I think these events, these conferences we've done over time, because they do tend to be precast templates for meetings or conferences in social work in particular, and this can be frustrating and limit the learning and collaboration in my view, and organisational hierarchies can completely determine the agenda, with speakers lining up from top to bottom of the organisation in that order. And so, doing it differently from this has really brought a whole lot of extra energy and forward momentum in my experience. For example, our Valentine's Days events about love in human services, we just had a real simple idea about having a social worker and a parent activist facilitate the whole day. And that worked really well.